Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be looking at what I think is possibly one of the best altcoins out there in the current market. This is one of the best decentralized cryptocurrencies out there, and it is absolutely amazing. And I mean, even if you just look on screen right now at Hbar, you can look at all of the organizations that currently govern the Hedera Hashgraph Foundation. This is insane when you look at some of these like Boeing, IBM, LG, Dell, some of the biggest institutions worldwide. And this is one of the reasons why Hbar is such a good cryptocurrency and such a good ecosystem, because when you think about it, it's one of the projects that definitely it's slightly different from blockchain. So what it is, it's hashgraph technology. It essentially works the same as blockchain, but you don't have to do mining services and things like that. So it's a lot more eco-friendly. It's a lot less costly. There's a lot of benefits to Hedera which you get outside of the typical blockchain sphere, and that's one of the things that makes this project so good. And I definitely think it's worth for any of you guys to really look into, because you can just see here from all these organizations that this blockchain is here to stay. What I want to do though is I want to move into the price chart, look at the price analysis, because I want to discuss that a little bit more with you guys, because I think what you guys will want out of this is more so, okay, where is the price going to go? How much gains can I make? And that is going to be what you guys are here for more than anything. And secondly, if you want to learn more about Hedera, I would really advise you go look on their website, go try and understand everything you can about the project. It's a really good way to really know that this project is where you want to be. It's got really good fundamentals anyway, so as soon as you start looking in through all the information I've got, you will be amazed. Right, so looking at the price chart, at the minute, well, over this past year or so, we've caused this wedge, come up, pushed up, broken out. Obviously, that's on the news event of the whole BlackRock stuff. It's a little bit odd that they get the collaboration with BlackRock, then they go back on it, and then this, that, and the other. So it's a bit weird. Seems to be a bit of a misinterpretation in the market, saying they've got a direct correlation with BlackRock, but it seems like the companies they are linked with have a direct link with BlackRock, but they're not solely directly in collaboration with BlackRock, if that makes sense. If you look into a little bit further, you can kind of see what they're on about. So yeah, obviously that news there pushed up way higher, way higher. Luckily, I bought originally, well, way back here, I bought somewhere over here, I think it was, and I managed to sell pretty much at the top, and then I've managed to buy back somewhere down here. So I've done pretty well for myself. That was way over 100 times, 100 times, 100% profit, or 2 times. So I'm pretty happy with the money I've made there. But what we want to do to look on the short term with this is, as you can see, as prices come up, it's come back, just broken below what has then suddenly become support. Because if you look historically, you've got resistance, resistance, resistance. Then finally we break through. Then we touch again. So you can see that there's constant pressure along this trend line. At least we bounce up. Obviously drop below, find support along this trend, and then push up higher. And that was a news-driven event on that ginormous green candle. So far, we've come all the way up. We've definitely sold off a lot since all the issues with the news that were surrounding that. But you're going to get a lot of that in the crypto market. I think because it's such an up-and-coming industry, it's not exactly like, here as all the other industries are. It's very up-and-coming. It's very new still. There's a lot of learning, a lot of progress this will be made. So there's going to be a lot of things that are going to cause the volatility, like we have seen. So I wouldn't worry too much about this, but you want to look at like the bigger picture. Like the long-term plan for Hbar is just outstanding, and I think it's really going to be really beneficial for you to be involved in this project. So at the minute we've come down, fallen below the what was a support line. Luckily it hasn't become resistance again, so we've managed to push up, as you can see right there perfectly. Big green candle holding above that resistance / support zone, which is really good. That's what we want to see. Right now what we kind of want to see is another push up to the 236. That would be a really good zone to kind of push through. At the minute, that's probably going to be this zone here is our biggest resistance. So let's just draw a box so we can kind of see that visually. So that there. So just below the 236 and just kind of up to it. At the minute, we've got this expanding wedge, which is always typically a bullish pattern. You can see we've come down to multiple touches. So you've got 1, 2, 3, which is really good. You've got 1, 2, 3, which is good. What I'm going to do is come down, hold this support line because it is a long one that backdates all the way to May 2022. So that's a full year being in the zone. And now we're holding it as support. So what I'd expect from this point is from here, a nice push up. We want to break through the 236. We want to retest this zone here of the whole news event. I don't know how valid that's actually going to be for price action, so we'll have to wait and see because again, that's kind of a blip in the fundamentals and the chart. So we'll see what happens, but I'd be expecting to push into the zone and then hopefully a push up higher to up here to the 0.382. Because again, there's a lot of just like clean kind of price there. There's not really like, we've got a lot of chop around this zone here along the 236, but the whole way up to it, there's not a lot. So I'm really hoping we kind of get a big old push through up to this point here, and then we'll kind of probably accumulate, kind of go down, maybe accumulate somewhere around this area, and then hope for another push up higher. That would be my kind of short-term perspective on Hedera, but long-term, last cycle, I haven't got the information. Last cycle, you did get to around 55 cents or 58 cents. It depends what exchange you're on. This is Bybit, and for some reason, it only goes back to October 21st. October 27th in 2021. I can't remember if that's top of the market or not, so we'll have to go back and look at that. But normally, the price was kind of around this zone here. My first price target, in this sense, would be the 618. So anywhere between 80 cents and 75 cents is my first price target. So I will not be selling anything until that point. And from where I've bought currently, because I bought on this coming down, it was somewhere around I think 10 cents. So for me, after already doubling my money and then getting to that point, 80 cents would be great because that would give me an 8 times. And I'd be pretty happy with that. Higher price targets are like $1.20 and $1.90. Reason why I don't see it getting to $1.90 is because obviously over time more tokens are introduced into the market. You get kind of token inflation where the longer the project's out, obviously the more the more it gets distributed into the circulating supply. So although it was very easy to get to 58, 60 cents last time, it's going to need a lot more money and a lot more liquidity pushed into the project to push it higher this time. So, $1.90 I probably don't see. I think that's a bit of a stretch. I can definitely see $1.20. It's been in my mind for a long time of a really good zone to push. Because when we think about it, because when we think about it, it's going to be kind of double where it was last time. So I would kind of look for like 50% higher or 100% higher to where the last market high was, and that would give me a good indication of where I think it's going to go. But again, my first targets are 80 to 75 cent, and then I'll probably take half out and let the rest ride as hard as we can get it, and then put a kind of sell position here. So even if we get up to like 95 and it comes back down, I'm still selling at the same point of where my first selling positions were. So I'm not too fussed on that one. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of upside potential as well, because if you think a lot of the market already has already gone up and hit the 702 and the 618. If we look at Quant, for example, that's already headed up there, and a lot of the other altcoins. So Hbar is one of these projects that hasn't gone off the lows that much yet. We're still sitting below the 236. So there's so much upside potential with Hbar generally. I think that's a really positive thing, especially if you're looking for an altcoin to get in at a really low price. Because at this point in the market, you've already had a lot of gains in a lot of the altcoins. And some of them are a lot higher than when you were kind of trying to accumulate in the low ends of the bear market last year. So anyway, guys, it's a good project to get involved in. Definitely take a look at it. Definitely get involved. See what you guys think. Make your own mind up, because obviously this isn't financial advice. In my opinion, I think it's a really good project to buy into. But again, it's all up to you. Do your own research. All right. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.